Welcome back in. April is Autism Acceptance Month, and as autism continues to increase in prevalence all across the U.S., Dr. Rusha Lev, a pediatrician with Denver Health, is joining us in studio to talk about challenges families often face in receiving that diagnosis and where you can turn for some resources right here in our community. Thank you so much for coming in this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's a big topic. So let's talk about how do families navigate it? I know once that diagnosis happens, it can be a foreign world.
Well, first of all, I think it's important to know that autism presents as difficulties in communication and challenging behaviors that can make it hard for kids to interact with peers and make relationships and understand what's socially expected of them. And often the first sign is a speech delay. And so it's important for families to be engaged with their pediatrician, going to regular well-child checks so that they can have a better understanding of what is normal development and what's not normal development. And then they can be sort of on track to get more support if they need it.
And let's talk about testing. What does that look like? If you go to your doctor, maybe you get a diagnosis or you're waiting for that, how do you test that?
So doctors can't formally make a medical diagnosis of autism for kids who are over age 5. So generally children are screened out by sort of finding delays in their development with their own pediatrician. And then they can be diagnosed by a psychologist who's qualified to do testing that gets them diagnosed. And there are autism diagnosis centers. And once a child is diagnosed with autism, via that process, they can start to qualify for specific therapies that can help with autism, and in schools they can be getting more supports. And there's a very wide range of symptoms and severity of autism in children, and so some kids might require a lot of support while others may not require quite as much.
Yeah, I was going to say it's more and more common. You and I were just talking about that. 1 in 36 children diagnosed according to the CDC, and we're seeing a wide spectrum of that. Where are we at in the lowest or the highest spectrum?
I don't have numbers of that. I can tell you in my practice I see quite a range, and over the course of a person's lifetime, sometimes what presents as more severe early on can be less of a problem later in life. I think some of the big challenges are actually getting, frankly, a diagnosis at this point. There are a lot of barriers in terms of long wait lists for getting evaluated and getting treatment. Often insurances are not paying for this, and there are some children who actually don't qualify for any of it based on their insurance. And then once you have a diagnosis, there can be a lot of challenges in terms of navigating school systems, making sure you're getting those supports within your school and within your community. And I think families have to be really strong advocates for their children, and remembering that a pediatrician is probably your first line of defense for a partner in that sort of navigating and advocacy around referrals and getting the supports you need.
Yeah, it's all about finding that support system and that balance and that education. Dr. Rusha, thank you so much for coming in.